On June 6, 1944, the course of World War II, and of world history, changed forever. That day, known as D-Day, marked the beginning of Operation Overlord, the largest amphibious invasion in history. For the American forces involved, it was more than just a military assault. It was a test of courage, sacrifice, and strategy, a moment where ordinary young men became heroes in a battle to liberate Europe from Nazi tyranny. From storming the blood-soaked beaches of Normandy to scaling cliffs under machine gun fire, the American perspective on D-Day is one of bravery against impossible odds. Setting the stage, the road to D-Day. By 1944, the Allies had been planning for months to open a Western front in Nazi-occupied Europe. Hitler had fortified the coast of France, expecting an invasion, but he didn't know where or when it would come. The Americans, led by General Dwight D. Eisenhower, teamed up with British, Canadian, and other Allied forces to execute a massive operation involving over 156,000 troops, more than 5,000 ships, around 11,000 aircraft. American forces were assigned two key beaches, Utah and Omaha, located on the western flank of the invasion zone in Normandy, France. Utah Beach, a lucky break. The landing at Utah Beach was surprisingly smooth, largely due to luck and strong leadership. The 4th Infantry Division, under General Theodore Roosevelt Jr., landed 2,000 yards south of their intended target due to strong currents. But instead of turning back, Roosevelt famously said, "We'll start the war from right here." This decision allowed U.S. troops to avoid heavier defenses and establish a beachhead quickly. By the end of the day, over 20,000 American troops had landed at Utah Beach with fewer than 200 killed. Omaha Beach, hell on earth. Omaha Beach was a different story. Defended by elite German troops and fortified with machine guns, bunkers, barbed wire, and minefields, Omaha quickly became the deadliest of all the D-Day beaches. The first wave of the 1st and 29th Infantry Divisions was met with devastating fire. Higgins boats opened their ramps into a wall of bullets. Men were gunned down in the surf. Equipment sank. Confusion and chaos reigned. Many soldiers never made it past the waterline. Those who did crawled through the sand under relentless fire, inching toward the cliffs. Leadership fell to junior officers and even enlisted men who rallied their squads to push forward. Against the odds, by the end of the day, 34,000 American troops had taken Omaha Beach, though at the cost of over 2,000 dead or wounded. The airborne assault, jumping into the unknown. Hours before the beach landings, thousands of American paratroopers from the 82nd and 101st Airborne Divisions parachuted behind enemy lines. Their mission: disrupt German reinforcements, secure roads and bridges, and sow confusion. But high winds, poor visibility, and heavy flak scattered the paratroopers miles from their drop zones. Many landed alone or in small groups, often surrounded. Despite this, American airborne troops succeeded in key objectives like securing the town of St. Mère-Église and holding key causeways that connected the beaches to the interior. Their resilience bought valuable time and space for the beach landings. American sacrifice and success. In total, over 73,000 American troops participated in D-Day. They faced machine gun nests, mortars and artillery, concrete bunkers, rough surf and underwater obstacles. By nightfall, American forces had secured both Utah and Omaha, paving the way for the larger Allied breakout from Normandy. The price was steep. More than 2,500 Americans died on D-Day with thousands more wounded. But their sacrifice achieved what many thought impossible: the beginning of the end for Nazi Germany. The legacy of D-Day in the American mind. To this day, D-Day is remembered in the United States not just as a military triumph, but as a symbol of national unity, determination, and heroism. The American perspective focuses on the courage of citizen soldiers, many just 18 or 19 years old, the leadership of generals and sergeants alike, the willingness to fight and die for a cause greater than themselves. From the beaches of Normandy to the cemeteries where thousands rest, D-Day remains sacred in American memory. Conclusion: a day that defined a generation. For the American forces, D-Day was not just an invasion, it was a moment of truth. Faced with a fortified enemy, rough seas, and grim odds, they fought their way ashore and carved a path into Nazi-occupied Europe. The invasion of Normandy proved that democracy could rise to the challenge of tyranny, and win. June 6, 1944 wasn't just a turning point in World War II. It was a moment when American grit and global resolve collided with history, and changed it forever.